We might have some adventures tonight. A little bit of wildlife in my room. I made it a point of the show. Literally the first thing out of my mouth. Not even about Raider football. It's disgraceful. And I only have myself to blame. This is not good. I'm Raider! Right? I'm saying. Got the old school lowrider Vato, undead Raider fan. Because we never die. We multiply. So what's up, everyone? I swear I'm not, trying to stroke my boobs here. It's just this damn Frenchie dog of mine. He has a habit of hugging me when I put it on my gear. I don't like to wear it, before the show, because then he gets me covered in that stuff. This is all terribly interesting. Often imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? Woo! The R8RBEAR! And Little Cub! I have her in timeout. No, that's all she gets. I have her in timeout. No, stop. Don't be gross. I hate those things. Go away. You're grounded. I'm going to take your car away from you for a month. Oh, no. You're just grounded. That's all there is to it. Alexa, shut your face. Ahem. R8RBEAR Live first comment. Woo! MVP tonight goes to. Oh, we have an upset tonight. John the Lion Leon. Always dropping L's but never taking losses. John the Lion Leon, tonight's numero uno, the gold medalist, El Jefe, all up in Jim Vanderland's lawn. I know, it's a shame. And with the silver medal continued on lockdown, that Moji-making son of a gun himself, Mark Vargas, who always reminds us, Bear! What? It's funny. Third place, bronze medal, the world heavyweight champion, Jim. No, you don't get all that for a bronze, Jim, okay? Jim Vanderland. Vanderland! All right, that's it. That's all you get. I'm not going to, hold the Vanderland like I normally do for you. Because you're a third place champion tonight. I can't handle that, okay? You can't have the belt and keep, with these basement, dwelling stuff. Knock it off.
Why don't I get the gold medal? I was here first.
You're a gold medal in my heart, sweetheart.
I was here first.
Hunt, Snuggles, you mean everything to me. Except when you get flied things next to me when I'm doing my show. Facebook, first place, gold medalist, Lucky Pace, who is no longer looking so lucky because this week continues a run he's been on, coming for the title. Well, tonight, I declare a challenger to Dustin King. For the rest of this week, the man who wins the most golds takes home the belt. Friday night, it's on, okay? It's on, not on Sunday. Normally wrestling's on Sunday. They do the promos, they go, Sunday. No, this is Friday. I don't do weekends. No, I didn't. No, I'm not saying it again, Dustin King. You were in second. I just said it. So I made it dramatic. It was Lucky. It was you. And then we all know who that is. Carina Hello! Girl, you know I love it when Raiderettes blah, 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 and the sausage fest blah, blah, blah. This is my metal round, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. So what's up, everybody? Honorable mention to Anna Diaz Rincon and S.A. Big Dog. What's up, S.A.? Welcome to the show. And he's got a good, wow, he really took the time to write one down here. Me also, thanks for sharing the app info with us. Works great, or at least for me it did. Now, AB Jr., number 13, should be a running back, not quarterback. Him and Bradley, quarterback 14, lost us our first preseason game. Well, S.A. Big Dog, they're growing. You know what I mean? They're growing. We know who our 1 and our 2 is, you know, so we'll be all right. We'll be all right. All right, let me see. B. Al. What's up, B. Al? Welcome to the show. Tony Carpenter Evans. And then there's my Carina Trujillo. And my favorite, Anna Diaz Rincon, because she's awesome. My first supporter ever. And remember, consider a subscription to R8RBEAR family page. Now, on YouTube, you just click subscribe and hit the little bell, okay? What are you doing to me over here? I'm a working man, okay? I try to be funny. I try to give you the news. Stop screwing around and hit those 2 things right now. But everyone on Facebook, they just pay $5 a month. That's for the whole year. That's $60. You know, come on. That's like dinner out. You know, who wouldn't take the bear out to dinner? I mean, come on. You know, Anna Diaz Rincon has been taking the bear out to dinner for like 3 years. All right, let's get on with it. So we all saw the preseason game. It was pretty good, and I thought what happened with the one long run, okay, that the Vikings got, where we broke down, and the guy got down through the hook. He comes down the sideline, touchdown. It's like a 30, 35-yard run, something like that. I didn't really have a big deal with that. I saw a lot of people, Raiders online, going crazy, saying, oh, look, you know, we're not as good as we think we are in defense. Look, they just let a guy walk right through. And he did walk right through. But we have to remember, we were switching in and out guys on our defense. We were also alternating doing stunts. And I actually saw on one occasion where both Jada Silvestre and, what's his name? And Tyree Wilson both went to the hard outside of their offensive lineman, and then Wilson spun in, and Silvera ran right into him. And so it was like they just bumped into each other, literally, and it ruined the play, where they should have had a sack, because both men had their guy like a little bit beat, and then they just came into each other and bumped each other back into their offensive linemen that were trying to guard them. And so other than that, you know, I thought that we looked pretty good. I thought there was a couple of moments there where the defensive line looked very dominant against the run. So I think that this is chalked up to preseason. Honestly, I don't feel like we have to be very careful what we take from preseason, but you can take things from preseason. You really can. There are things from preseason you can take. Our guys getting on and off the field and know where they're supposed to be. Yes, we saw that all day. Were there a lot of penalties and flags? No. We saw that all day. It was clean football. You know what I mean? Now, what was the most important thing? We saw guys flying to the ball. Now, that's an old football term. Some of the guys know it. Some of the girls know it. Some of the fans don't. But just explaining it briefly, it means that the players are really playing hard for the coach when you see 5 guys finishing at the ball play after play after play. Instead of one guy bringing a guy down and one guy running up behind him to see if he gets him. You know what I mean? No. We had 3, 4, 5 guys on any given play racing to the ball. Now, that goes back to what was being said about one when AP came to the locker room, and 2, the effect it had on the locker room. We heard very early on that he was raising the morale of the team, and the team was playing harder because they believe in him so much. And then we saw that the other day. Wins and losses are irrelevant in games like that. If we had won, I promise you I would not have come on here, oh, look at what, you know, why? You know what I mean? We know what preseason football is. They put in the rookies. They put in a lot of guys that they're just trying to see if they might possibly somehow miracle make the team by, making a play here or there, but they're really just sort of going through the paces until they get to the regular season. At this point, especially nowadays, in the past, you got a little bit more of a look. But usually, by the time you get to the preseason, you kind of know what your roster is going to be. That's why if someone goes out there in the preseason and really blows it up and really has, like a fantastic showing, okay, that guy will be looked at and maybe given a chance. But, this idea that, like in the old days where if you were in the preseason game, 5 guys might make the team just because of how hard they hustle on the field now. Contracts cost too much. They're worth too much. That's just not realistic. And by the way, let's not forget, too, Minnesota's no slouch. Minnesota has always been a good team. Not always. I shouldn't say always. But what I mean is they have been a consistently good team the last, 6 years. They play defense. They run the ball. They were pretty good. And so to go out there and play the way we did and respond on the field the way we did, I liked it. Now, as far as the quarterbacks, I don't think the quarterback question's been answered yet. No, I haven't seen anything. No. The quarterback question has not been answered yet, but there were some things that I saw that I think might have answered the question. Your hair purple came out so cool.
Right.
Yeah, it looks good.
On camera, it looks a lot brighter.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I told you when you go outside, it needs more light. When you get more light on it, it's like bang.
Also, I know you guys aren't here for the Raiders. You're actually here for my upcoming book called Hiding Amongst Oneself.
No, get over here.
You gotta check that out, okay?
No, say it again.
Hiding Amongst Oneself. The book is coming out soon. So.
Nice.
By me, not this guy.
My future author in the house. No, wait. Look, talking to this. Look at that. Okay, here we go.
I gotta get down here.
Yes, come on. Give it to him.
My book is coming out, Hiding Amongst Oneself. So check it out.
Where can they find it, maybe?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble is online, so.
Amazon, yeah. Barnes & Noble. Did we even hear a Target potential?
Maybe.
Maybe Target.
I'm not too sure about that one. But
we're not too sure, but if we get Target, we're having a book signing. I'm just saying right now.
Not a confirmed date, but it's coming out soon.
You're so awesome.
Skip this show and come to my book.
My show's been invaded. Oh, you're so awesome. Okay, so quarterback battle. The real reason why I love you, the real reason why it got interesting was because of that throw that we saw to DJ Turner. Now, I know you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to say it, but I know you know what I'm talking about. Okay, Gardner Minshew on that one particular throw, I was like, that was pretty nice. Now, you see, the thing I found to be accurate, and I'm being honest with you guys about this. I want you to see if you can remember how I've spoken to you in the past about this, and then see if it doesn't apply to what I'm telling you right now. And here it is. I feel like AOC got the start because that was our coach's way of saying, as of right now, AOC is our one. Gardner Minshew's going to come in and work the body of this. He's our two. Now, there are other ways you could look at this. A smart coach, someone like, Marvin Lewis, who we all know is a playoff-tested, had quarterback issues with his guy, Dalton, whatever his name was, and that redheaded guy they used to call the rifleman, but he had a little water gun, pew-pew, because he could never get it done. Sorry, where was I? Now, what if AOC is being told he's the guy, and the veteran quarterback grabs Coach AP and says, you should give Gardner the majority of the minutes so he has a chance to shine. So if we decide to pull the trigger with the veteran, the fans will support it. Oh, damn. You see the way the Bears' brain works. I'm starting to get concerned that maybe this is an old school football move that I've seen done before, where the old school coach, i.e. Marv Lewis, gets into Antonio Pierce's ear and says, hey, man, I like AOC too, but, Gardner's, 6-year veteran, tested, saw him lead the hapless, lousy Indianapolis Colts to a few wins last year, looked good, commanded the team that he barely knew. And now he's with us. We got a chance here. Maybe he hits the ground running with a new offense, a new team, and shows the world that he's a 1. He may be masquerading as a 2 right now, but I don't know why I put that on it. But he might be a 1. I don't know. It worries me because I didn't understand why you gave him so much more time than AOC when AOC is the younger quarterback. That's the other disadvantage. See, they could make the argument that Gardner Minshew, age-wise, plus what you're paying him in his contract, makes him playable right now, and you can still let AOC grow, and it would really only be his second year. So see, next season he would only be in his third year, but now seasoned, veteran, worked with another veteran, been around the team for a while now, growing up, understanding things, and maybe really does become our potential franchise quarterback of the future. I'm gaslighting him. They're going to pick Shedeur Sanders or Carson Beck. Of Georgia, I'm not really sure. I forget who it was that asked me what quarterbacks I would pick. I told him I would do some quarterback homework. There was my evidence of it. I've done some quarterback homework for the 2025 NFL draft class. And there's some pretty interesting dudes on it. Now, obviously, getting it out of the way, Carson Beck and Shedeur Sanders, they're your 1 and your 1A, okay, from Georgia and from Colorado. They're probably your 1 and your 1A. Which one you would make your 1 is, arguable. Do you want more of the structured quarterback? You go Carson Beck, that's your 1. If you want more of the quarterback that can improvise and has physical gifts and is a good quarterback, you go with Shedeur. I think the Raiders are going to run into the problem that neither guy may be available because we're going to have another season probably like we had last season just with more wins. And with that, that's going to move us down the draft board. So if we want to move up to get a quarterback, we're going to have to spend capital that we might not want to spend. We weren't really eager to spend it this year. So I'm giving you the looking glass. Feel free to hit that coin. Just a brother's got to work it out. What if this is the long-term play on AOC, but it's insurance so that if you don't get Carson Beck or Shedeur Sanders or one of the other, because there are actually a couple other guys. I have a couple other guys I have here. I did some homework. Quinn Ewers. I thought Quinn Ewers was really interesting. He started with Ohio State. Then he ends up with the Texas Longhorns. I think he just wanted to be seen more, wanted a better starting opportunity. Then Quinn Ewers is, getting trashed for the fact that his turnover ratio is way too high. So he decides to stay in school one more year. And in 2023, he cut that statistic in half. His turnover loss ratio, it's down to like 1.7. Which is actually really good for a guy who had a turnover problem. People brought it to light and said, that's your weakness that the press keeps hitting you with. And then he immediately brings it down. Not only did he bring it down, he also gained 10 pounds of pure muscle from 2022 to 2023. So he looks committed to his craft and what he's doing. I'm impressed. I don't think he's one of the guys that you could say is top 5. You still got to look at guys like Connor Wegman, Carter Smith, Bryce Underwood, Cam Ward, of course. He would be up there. So there's just so many guys. But I kind of liked, I don't know, there was just something about Quinn Ewers that kind of jumped out at me. I liked him a lot. Obviously, Shedeur Sanders, Carson Beck, I'm just putting those out there now. Yeah, those two. But beyond that, I liked Quinn Ewers. I like Quinn Ewers a lot. Cam Ward looks athletic, too. I didn't know as much about Cam Ward. 6'2", 223 pounds. I'm just kind of going through my notes here. Oh, my goodness. Washington State, where he passed for 6,968 yards, 48 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. All right, so rethinking my feelings about the Miami Hurricane. Wow. That's impressive. So there's that, you know what I mean? I'm still thinking Minshew may get the QB1. And that throw he threw on that crossing route from DJ Turner, it was spot on. And to be honest with you, and I'm saying this as an AOC fan. I'm an AOC fan. You guys know I support him. I'm big time about AOC. I think he's going to be a great quarterback. I really do. But having said that, that throw, I don't know that he would have thrown that ball. And I'm just being straight with you guys. I think that right now, maybe because he's young, because maybe he might be a little gun shy. I don't know. But I don't think AOC would have thrown that pass. I don't. And it was open. It was a touchdown. It is there, but it would have it took that throw. The way he put it on him, it was over the top. It was out in front of him. The defender couldn't get a ball on it. Couldn't do anything except watch it happen. He threw that running to his left off his back foot. He basically flicked his wrist and threw the ball 28 yards, 30 yards, give or take. I just don't deny when I see something. I mean, guys, that's talented. That's gifted. There are a lot of starters in the league right now that don't make that throw. What's his name? Kyler, what's his face with the Arizona Cardinals? He don't make that throw. And he's known for having throws like that, for throwing deep, hitting guys right in the hands. I doubt he'd throw that ball. I doubt he would have thrown that ball. I just thought it was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. Now, we can't forget, and we're already downplaying it, AOC, in his drive, looked excellent. Moved the ball down the field, threw the ball to the open man, found guys on time. I loved how he moved through the pocket a couple times when the pressure was getting there just a little bit. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it or not, but if you got a good look at how our offensive line played to start, that was our starting offensive line. If the season started right now, that was our starting offensive line. Andrus Peat would be in there covering for Colton Miller. And he was good. He I think he gave up a couple things, but he gave up the sack on I think AOC on one play. He gave up a hit on AOC on another. And so don't get me wrong, I'm not quite as enamored with Andrus Peat yet, but at the same time, he's a veteran. He just got here. You know what I mean? Let the guy get loose. The season literally hasn't started yet. We're talking about preseason football. They just started whacking pads. So I don't really want to judge Andrus Peat just yet from that because he is a class rookie. And I do know that everywhere he's gone, he's played well. And he played well for the Saints, too. I think he just wanted more money, and the Saints didn't want to pay him. Richard Silva, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Greetings back to you, Doc Raider. Relaxing on the deck with a cigar, listening to your show, but no brandy tonight. There's a slight chance I might get called back to D.C. on short notice, so I need a clear head. Oh, good man. Look how professional. See, that's how you do it. Everyone paying attention. If you drive for a living and you know you could be on call, don't have beers at home before and then suddenly you get the call and now you're, taking risks. Chris Strong, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Bear! I appreciate that. Don Wally D, Raiders, what's up, man? Tony Shepard, what's up? Welcome to the show. Joe Bedard, what's up? Boom, bye-bye, Maine. Living in Tampa now and hitting both the Tampa and Miami game this year. Nice. That's dope, Joe. Hi, Steeler Val. Hi, Tommy. Blaine Bowser Trebowser, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. Louis Haldwin, what's up, man? We'll be at the Raiders versus Cowboys game this Saturday. Nice. Louis, I'm officially jealous. Welcome to the show, brother. Jimmy Mata, there's my brother right there. What's up, Jimmy? T-Dip. Jimmy, I've been using that cup you made me so much, I think I've worn it out. First half was on point. Coaching alone has AOC and Minshew looking better than Carr. I didn't like the throw Minshew made to the sideline that got our guy hit hard. Other than that, very pleased with both quarterbacks. AOC has my vote. Yeah, what's up, babe?
Nothing.
Oh, he did go by, but he's only bothered me once. So I think we're okay. No, it's okay. I'll call you if I get into trouble.
Okay. Dinner is almost
Okay, awesome. I appreciate that. And so anyway, Dustin King, about that throw, I agree, but at the same time, again, T-Dip just said it. Let me put it up there. You know, it's the preseason. You know what I mean? Even a shot like that where he threw the guy into a bad position, I can live with that when you consider, you know, it's preseason. He'll work the kinks out of that. Now, I got to say, though, and I want to be in the interest of fairness, even though I've been all about... Hello, and Dustin King! Dustin King, I should let you know that your coins or stars for the show will in no way influence your ability to defeat Luckeye Pace the rest of this week. Raider Bear, regarding that run, I'm such a whore. Raider Bear, regarding that run, first of all, as you said, it was preseason. Secondly, even the 85 Bears would give up the occasional big run. Yeah, Doc Raider, I had a few Raider fans, though, kind of going in on it, and I just was trying to say to them, guys, that this defense was stuffing the run. When they were playing, they were shutting the run down. And then they made one call, we made a stunt, we tried something, and the guy got through. That's it, you know. And by the way, a guy scoring a touchdown on the run, I mean, we're like my guy Doc Raider said, we're not the 85 Bears. We got better. Everybody calm down. Raider Nation's already like, why did that guy get that point? How dare they let that go through? He would have never gotten that last year against us in those last 5 games. We would have smashed his face. Put foot in him. Louis, the battle is going to be Gardner versus Aiden. Friendly competition brings out the best. Fun to watch. Louis, and not only that, it's nice to have someone pushing the starter. I don't care that it's got all of us talking about, quarterback controversy. So what? It's only a distraction if it continues onto the field. And how can it continue onto the field if you select which one the starter is going to be before the season starts? So this is the time, if anything, both this offseason and now, to have this conversation. Man, I get all these pretty girls during my show. I mean, I'm trying to concentrate over here. What's up?
I just taste tested the chicken because I was finishing while Ariel wasn't here, and it's a bomb.
Mama Bear and Little Cub are in the kitchen throwing down on some major chicken wings that I literally love, because we found out how those guys at Buffalo Wings and some of your other wings masters, how they would season double with wings, and we've learned how to do that and fry them, and it doesn't all come off, and it tastes delicious, and we leave people like going, this is delicious, whenever they come to our house and try it.
Wings.
Huh?
Crack wings.
Yeah. Our last visitor said these are crack wings. It's God's honest truth. We make crack wings. It just sounds funny to say. Carlos Magana, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show.
I keep watching the U.S. basketball gold medal game over and over.
Why would you want to keep watching the U.S. gold medal game over and over, honey? I don't know. Could it be Steffortless? Because it's so effortless. It's Steffortless. You saw him put it on the world. The whole world saw what we've been watching for years. Everybody screaming at the Olympics. Me and Ma Bear were in our front room board. We were like,
no way.
That's Steph. That's Steph. I know. I mean, we were screaming. Okay, but we were screaming like, see? We've been telling you guys for years is who he is.
And when he went like this, like, slow down.
Right. Everybody take a deep breath. I got this. I'm going to destroy France. Everybody just come with me. Everybody get on my back. It's all good. Yep. It was a beautiful thing.
It was fun to watch them play together.
Yeah. Ellis Irving, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Bill Cox Bear, the Chiefs are starting defense did, but look good, and if Mahomes Kermit goes down, they are screwed. Well, that was a lot of word salad right there. I enjoyed that. But I would tell you this, Bill. I think the Chiefs are screwed regardless. And I know I'm a Raiders fan, so I have to say that by blood, DNA, and rite of passage. But I would say this also. everyone's dynasty, everyone's run ends. And I just think that we've seen the deterioration of it, but the owner was able to, because he had the coach, he had the quarterback, now you just have to move pieces around that. And if you can build a solvent, okay, the word's not coming quite out, but what I was trying to say was essentially a solid team. If you build a solid base around the quarterback and the coach, you can make runs like this, because it's the quarterback that's going to get all the work done on the field. The defense can be built by a defense. It doesn't have to be the 85 Bears. It just has to be good, and that's how they're doing it. And they're just more proof of what I've been saying about the Raiders for years. We could be there like that. We just have to get a scheme. That's why I was semi-excited when Gruden came back, because I thought Gruden would put a scheme in place. It would be solid where everyone knows it, and then now we just have to play solid defense. I feel like we're getting that now with AP, plus our 2 head coaches he hired to help him in Philbin and Lewis. I think those 2 guys are going to help him with the coaching. And when I say that, I want to be clear. It's not because AP's not a great coach. It's not because he's not intelligent enough to do it on his own. It's because he is intelligent enough to recognize that he's a rookie coach. He knows what he doesn't know. He knows that he can only benefit from their knowledge, whether they're a risk that they would breathe up his back to try to take his job if the team in 2 or 3 years is still losing. You know what I mean? He said, no, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to treat these guys. I know they'll respect me. I trust them. Brings them in, and immediately we hit the ground running. The team looks more professional. Everything. You could take everything from that preseason game. Professional, on and off the field, very few flags. All of those things indicate coaching. Saw some good plays overall. Wasn't mad at all. I was trying to figure out why the timeouts towards the end, though. That was more procedural practice stuff. That's really all that is. And then, more importantly, what you said about the plays. I love the plays. I love the plays. I love the play calling. I love the mixture of it. I'm hoping that sticks. And the Raiders of the last decade of start the game, run up the middle, then spread offense. Incomplete. 3rd and 7, punt from your 22-yard line. I'm done with that. You know what I mean? Get out there and mix it up. Call play action, motion a guy. Do a late play action draw from the shotgun. Mix it up already. We're still the Raiders. We don't have to play, the exact same football, for the era that made us, famous. That we can't recreate that. The league's not even built for, the way the Raiders used to win Super Bowls, beating everyone else up. Anna Diaz Rincon, I really appreciate that. She's super excited. Yes, Corinna, you absolutely. All Raider fans will get a signed copy. Absolutely. Our 1s and 2s were better than the Vikes. Tony Shepard, that's a great way. Simple, sweet. You need a podcast. That's I like that. That's a very good way of putting it. Miss Aubrielle. Yes, you did spell it right, Tommy. Well done. Aubrielle, Tommy said hi. Carl Burton, Mana, that river is drying up and y'all ain't trying to go get some gold. You kidding me? Ain't no rivers drying up. I'm trying to save lives over here, Carl. Minchie looked relaxed and confident. Yeah, he did. I thought AOC looked good. He didn't look relaxed, but I thought he looked confident. I liked his throws. I liked the decision making. You could still see that 1, 2, 3 deliver. 1, 2, 3 deliver. You can tell he wants to. AOC wants an offense. We haven't seen this, but I think we've seen it in his body language, in the way he plays. He wants to draw by the dots. You know what I mean? If the coach says always go to what the defense gives you. So if the defense starts to creep up close and they give you over the top, then you can attack. But if the defense keeps giving you prevent and the underbelly's wide open, then you throw into the underbelly with slants and bubble screens and tight ends and so on. And I just think that he's built for that both here and how he wants to play football. It's how he played at Purdue. And if you saw what he did at Purdue, the guy was a machine. You know what I mean? He moved Purdue up and down the field. And I just think that if we get him in there and it's his offense and he understands it, he will wear people out. Because we have the talent. I appreciate that. Raider Carlito said, yeah, Gardner did look good. You know, Raider Carlito, not only did he look good, that throw, I'm not going to discount it. I'm not going to beat it to death. I'm just going to say one last time, that throw was special. But now let's get to the other side of it. We did see one of the traits that we have seen from practice and from camp that showed he does bail sometimes on plays. For example, Gardner Minshew in his second drive, I think it was, that he snapped the ball. It was like fourth or fifth play. Snaps the ball. He goes into his 1-2-3 step. He takes a look. Now, one of the defensive linemen ran up, and the offensive lineman caught him right in front of him, and he stood him up, stalemated him. But Gardner still rolled out, even though he nailed the block. Okay? Now, I'm not exaggerating. If you go back, you'll see what I'm talking about. I DVR'd it. I don't know how many of you DVR'd it, but there was actually 2 defensive linemen, but 3 offensive linemen. Both of the offensive linemen were engaged with their original guy, and a third guy had come over to help as Gardner Minshew was rolling out completely unnecessarily. And it ended up in him throwing the ball out of bounds. And if he stays in the pocket or steps up in the pocket between those blocks, like AOC did repeatedly, and then deliver the ball, maybe something would have happened on that play. But because he went into his drop, stopped, and then immediately when he saw defensive linemen get close to him, even though he had his blocks in place, he rolled out right. And in effect, whenever you roll out, I know I've said this to you guys before, you're cutting the field down. Now it's almost impossible to throw to the far left side. I mean, you're never supposed to throw across your body like that. And then the middle, it's even hard because you're fading back, rolling right, trying to look for something, and they're all looking at you, waiting for you to put the ball in the air. It's a dangerous play. It very rarely works unless you really have a feel for the play and see where the offensive player is going, and you can hit him on the run like he did on the touchdown toss. You know what I mean? That was everything blocked up. He stayed in the pocket. He took a step back, and then he heaved one. Perfect. You know what I mean? But he stood in there on the pressure on that when he got a touchdown. I'm honestly torn. I'm telling you with my eyes, Gardner looked really good. He looked really good. With my eyes, I'm concerned. Because I'm an AOC guy, but I'm saying what I saw. If you just went off of the tape we saw, Gardner Minshew looked like the better guy. He did. I can't lie on my show. I can't say, oh, because this is my guy. No, watch out for this. Blah blah. I'm not like that. You see all these other sports shows, and the hosts just they're so desperate not to admit they made a mistake or made a bad call. I've done neither of those things yet. My point is, I'm an AOC guy. I think he's going to be the starter, but Gardner Minshew and what he did, it looked pretty good. I think what I'm trying to say is Gardner Minshew comes in and he gives you variables. There can be explosive plays. There can be dramatic attacking of the defense with him. With AOC, I'm not quite as sure. Although, remember, AOC did drop one right on Trey Turner. One of the deep routes, he hit Trey Tucker, excuse me. He hit Trey Tucker real nice. So, I just, I don't know. But for some reason, I just get this sense like AOC doesn't want to play that way until he's really, earned it. This is his team. It's undisputed. This is my team. I'm the starter. Then I'll, every once in a while, see everything, take those risks, and then we'll see. Okay, Mark Vargas said Carson Beck of Georgia Bulldogs. I like that, but at the same time, I'm always skeptical of quarterbacks that come from programs like that, where they have running backs and wide receivers and the best offensive line, and you know what I mean? Georgia has everything. So when you think of that, and they have good coaching, you know what I mean? They run a pro-style, farm system. out of Georgia, Alabama, obviously, Miami, Florida Hurricane. Miami Hurricanes, Florida Seminoles, et cetera, et cetera. There's a few other teams, but those teams. Oh, Michigan. They run literally little NFL mini camps that just when guys get there, they're a little bit more ready than the guy who's coming from Michigan, Saskatchewan, St. Christian. I'm trying to make up a school. You guys are talking. Okay. Reyes. I think Gardner has the edge. Reyes, as of right now, you got to kind of think that. But at the same time, they didn't give AOC the time they gave him. So what I'm guessing is in the next preseason game, I'm going to make a prediction here. And if it's already been declared, I don't know about it. So I'm putting this out there. I hope it hasn't been said yet. I think that AP will start Gardner because of how he played in the last game. He will cut him short and then give AOC the team to run through the paces for a longer period of time to see now how does he counter what Gardner's performance was. Because it is iron sharpens iron. They've got to keep going at it. I don't even mind if it comes right down to the last preseason game. Let them keep going. You know what I mean? This is competition, guys. We've been taught to be stressed out by this. We've been taught to think, oh, no, we don't know who the starter is. No, we will when we do. That's it. It doesn't matter if you know right when the season starts or if you don't know until right before the day the season starts. All teams have different situations. For example, the Jets know who their starter is going to be. They have an old, mouthy, prima donna, stuck up, I'm going to stop, prima donna of a quarterback who they've decided is going to run their franchise further into the ground. If Joe Namath were dead, Joe Namath would be rolling over in his grave. As it stands, he's just pissed and hitting on the nurse. I don't care that Joe Namath tried to kiss a girl, okay, on national television on a football game that was nationally televised. I don't care, okay? You guys don't understand. That guy was a pimp, okay? He was a player way, 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 way back when it was still cool. And I hate the Jets. But that guy had a rep. Miguel Garcia, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Great profile picture. 559 Fresno in the house. Quinn Ewers is 6'2", 209 pounds. And Mark Vargas, he's next year's AOC for me. I'm kind of, and obviously he's not really, it's not like when I picked AOC, that was a reach. That was me reaching, and it turned out to be someone the Raiders wanted, and he's turning out to be someone that looks pretty good. And we got him for a 4th-round pick. Ewers will probably go in the 1st or 2nd round for sure. I mean, probably the 1st round for sure. But regardless of that, I think of this crop of guys, I think he might be the one that's looked at the most as could be a bust. You know what I mean? The other guy I don't really like very much is that guy, Connor Wegman, Texas A&M. I don't like, too small. Too small. I never go with small. And look, Kyler Murray almost made me break my rule. You saw it when he had that first season. I was like, wow, okay. And I stopped calling him Mighty Mouse. I stopped insulting him for a few months. Then he gave me whole new material. And I started putting foots in him. I was putting these foots in him, okay? Put foots in him. But he's too small. He's just too small. Kenny Blair! And don't forget, everyone, stars contribute to the show go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks. They also go to Punks for Autism, and Punks for Autism is killing it right now. If you go to Punks for Autism and you get a shirt, your contribution for that shirt goes directly to autism research. My brother and a few other really super cool guys got together and made this company, and then something like 30 different artists from all over the world. And I mean, I'm serious. When you go to the website, you'll see what I mean. The artists are from all over the world. They're painters like from Russia, Cuba, Spain, Jamaica, Canada, the UK, all over the world. These artists came together and they did original artwork for autism and sent it to them to be printed on T-shirts that you won't be able to get anywhere else. And I was just like, That is so dope. And the artwork is incredible. It's literally incredible. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. I said we're going to see plays we've been waiting for preseason as a teaser, right? The offensive line was bomb. Reyes, I thought it was too, considering the situation, because the Vikings are legit. I mean, their defensive line, that's kind of where they butter their bread. And that linebacker they have, man, I forget his name. I think it was Houston. Good God, that guy's an animal. 6'4", 255 pounds. Runs like a wide receiver. Whew. Okay, I like how you put that, Ramiro. Cash flow Castro. Apples to apples, Gardner had the better red zone. Well, but he had more opportunities too. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what? Powers Johnson, I'm not worried about. Colton Miller, I am. Powers Johnson was coming out of college with some stuff banged up, and I'm not mistaken. I'm guessing. I won't lie. I haven't researched this completely yet, but I'm not completely sure. But I think he did do some minor. They call them cleanup surgery kind of things. I think he did something minor, like right after school ended, knowing he was still going to be a high draft pick, and I think he tried to keep it on the under and then just wasn't able to. One love to the best podcast in the universe, the R8RBEAR. Put butts in 'em. Appreciate you, brother. Much love. Travis Kelly, I like that Georgia hat. Just wait till Adams is in there with Bowers and Meyer lining up anywhere on the field at any given time. I see Adams drawing the double team and Trey Tucker stretching the field. Offense is going to be sick with it. Honestly, Travis, the offense is going to be nasty, but I think it's going to be nasty in a good way. I think we're going to grind them with a lot of running, and then you're going to get this just appetite of Bowers, Adams, Mayer. Bowers, Adams, Mayer, running ball. Just like that. And I mean, the Meyer, the way he played, Adams, the way he looks, I mean, the offense should do that. I mean, it's all waiting for the quarterbacks. You know what I mean? It's all waiting for the quarterbacks. It's who's going to be the guy that's going to take advantage of this and really do it. I think both quarterbacks, though, I can say this confidently, they feel the pressure from the team. Because the team even is saying out loud, they're not shying away from it. And they're saying, if we get right at quarterback, it's over. We can win the division. We can win the division. I did not blink. If we get right at quarterback, we will win that. We will. If we get right at quarterback and we can win 11 to 12 games, we will beat the Chiefs. We will go into the playoffs. After that, I don't want to keep going. I don't want to jinx them. Edgard Lucky, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. That's a great shot out in front of Chiefs Stadium. Very cool. Rick Conde Jr. said, so how do you think our season will go? I love that picture, bro. And let me say this. I think our season is going to go like this. I think we're going to run the ball. I think we're going to play a lot of defense. I think the quarterback situation is going to settle itself down, and we're going to win 11 games. I drop a mic, but I don't want to drop this one. It's expensive. I do. That's what I see. I see that, and I see that for sure. I'm with Travis Kelly in that I think this offense, once it gets itself on a roll, I would say, think of what you saw from the Packers last year when you saw Love come in and Love started to play a little bit and they were, they looked a little decent and then they got a little better. Then they lost a game or two they shouldn't have. And then all of a sudden they just went on a roll. I think that's what's going to happen to us. I think we're going to lose a stupid game that we probably shouldn't. I think it'll be close, that kind of thing. Something will go wrong. We'll make some mistake, maybe on a road game. I don't know. That's just football. But it'll happen somewhere, and then the rest of the team will go in the locker room and give themselves a good, hard slap in the face and say, guys, we got everything we dreamed of. We got rid of the worst coach in football. We got one of the coolest in football. He's letting us be who we want to be. We got to be better than this. And that's the vibe that's going through that locker room right now. AP is challenging players, but players are challenging players. And that's when you know you might have something. And that's what we're seeing, and it's really exciting. Tanamoku said, how is it, Bear? I thought our starters looked pretty good. Kind of concerned about the backups if they get hurt. I would say that about any team, Tana. You're always going to be worried when your backups end up on the field when you don't necessarily want them to. But I would say this to you. Devonshire, he is legit. The cornerback Devonshire we've been worried about, he is legit. So if MJ Devonshire gets that job on the starting corner and is opposite of Jack Jones, it's going to be on. Because Devonshire, I don't know how many of you are keeping up, but Devonshire he's kind of come out of nowhere at camp and is playing aggressively. He's making plays on balls. He's making route recognition. I've heard coaches talk about that they were impressed that he's caught up with that education from school to the pros to now already having assimilated that understanding of that. Oh, okay. So when he gives me the shake and he does this and they're in that formation, it's probably this. And you learn that through film study, and he's already showing a little bit of that. And so I like MJ Devonshire a lot. Like overnight, he's impressed me the more I've looked into him. I didn't see very much of Dylan Laube, hoping to see more of him next game. Reyes Antonio, I don't know how else to say this, but Dylan Laube is probably the Raider Bears' favorite secret weapon right now on this team. Try to think of it like if Josh Jacobs and Hunter Renfrow had a baby. It would be this. The guy's got wheels. He's smart. He can actually block, by the way. I know that's not what you guys are thinking about with his running ability. You're thinking about all this exciting offensive things he can do, which he can. But, by the way, he can block, which is like so valuable when you find a guy that's clearly such a devastating weapon. I hope he doesn't play the preseason. I don't want to see any of that. I don't want to even take a chance he gets popped. No. We already saw the Buffalo Bills lost one of their better defensive linemen for the season. And that's not the only case. There's like 3 or 4 other teams that had guys go down for the season from injuries in the preseason. No thanks. No thank you. Han Solo. Wait, time out. Time out. Stop it. Darth Bo and Han Solo Poe. Jesse, shut up. I'm supposed to be entertaining you. What's new news about the Raiders? Troy Gill, I think probably the newest thing is the fact that we actually showed our defensive line, and people got to look at it, and it looked real legit. Christian Wilkins looks real legit. The rest of the defensive line looks real legit. I've never seen Nesta Jade Silvera get in so many plays. And it was basically because everyone else on the field was disrupting things. And he was just like, no one's blocking me. I can just go kill someone. And that was happening. It seemed like on play after play, there'd be a different defensive lineman that would get a really clean look. And so I'm excited. I'm excited because I saw some mistakes, but I saw some things that they were trying to do with the defensive line as far as where they lined people up, stunts, who they paired side by side, little things like that are little in theory, but huge by football strategic standards. And so I was impressed with some of the things I saw. The underneath stuff. Now, with this preseason game, that's the only kind of stuff you can really look for. You can't look for wins and losses. You can't look, even the touchdown, the early one to DJ Turner, that was a great throw. I was very impressed by Gardner Minshew. But we can't expect that in the regular season that same play is going to go over. Now, I know our starting defense was out there for most of the game, but at that point in the game, I don't think the Vikings had their starting defense in there yet. And if they did, they didn't have it all in, I don't think. I'm not sure, but I'm semi-sure. Okay, I see you, Jimmy. Our tight ends are going to be a problem for the division. Yeah, Brock Bowers. I basically told everyone this is guys. We're not even talking about him. we're not even super excited about him. And then he goes out on the field and does what he did the other day. Shows great hands, great feet. I don't know how many of you saw the play, but there was a ball that was thrown to him on the sideline, or he was running across the field, and it was thrown out to the sideline. He caught the ball, and his momentum was going to take him out of bounds. You could see it. And then all of a sudden, just in the blink quick of an eye, he put his hand down on the ground. He shifted his hips. He started to run again. He pulled his hand up, and he was straight, and he ended up getting 4 or 5 more yards. That's an extremely athletic thing to do. You guys don't understand the kind of strength and balance it takes to do those matrix kind of things that normal humans can't do, where these kind of humans can see a play, see something happening, see the way their body is and where they are on the field, and can make little motions like that make the difference between a guy catching the ball inside the 5 or going into the end zone. You know what I mean? And I'm super nuclear weapon excited about Brock Bowers. And I think Raider Nation, those people who were blown away by the fact that we took a tight end and thought that sucked because we should have got a quarterback, I totally disagree. I totally disagree, especially when you consider the quarterbacks we have now. I like both guys. That's one. And two, next year we could end up with one of these other great quarterbacks coming out. I didn't even bring up Jalen Milrose. What was the other guy? Bryce Underwood, Carter Smith. I didn't even bring up these guys to you yet. Tavian St. Clair. I got to tell you a little bit about Tavian St. Clair because I was impressed by this. Ohio State commit scouting summary. Tavian State is a pure passer with prototypical physical tools that point to one of the highest IQs in football. The guy's got an arm. He's super smart, wants to play in the pocket, but is athletic enough to get you yardage. By the way, one of the stats I wanted to bring up too about Jalen Milroy before I let you guys go, because I thought this was big. He had 35 times where he snapped the ball to throw a play. The play got disrupted, and on 35 occasions, he got 10 yards or more scrambling. That's not normal. That's not normal. That's Lamar Jackson. Lamar Houston, where'd I get that from? That's Lamar Jackson running. You know what I mean? A guy that can play for the pocket, has decent size, but can on 35 occasions get you a first down with his feet. I mean, that's pretty valuable. I would have a hard time looking past a quarterback that's going to give me 35 first downs with his feet and not get hurt. I'm liking that. I mean, I'm liking that. Don Wallaby, what do you think we did team in the special team so far? The special teams thing, first I just want to say I like it. I really like it. I like the fact that you've brought the kick return back into the game, but Daniel Carlson also showed that there are going to be times when you can still just blow one through the end zone if you have that kind of kicker, and they're not going to risk running it out, even if the new rules favor running it out. For example, most of you noticed this, I'm sure, but I'm just bringing it up again for those who may not have. When the kicker kicks the ball, no one is allowed to move until the receiver catches the ball. If the ball is kicked and it lands on the ground before it crosses the 20-yard line, that's a penalty, and it immediately moves the team up to the 40-yard line. Yikes. So these kickers better be careful, because if you just have a ball come down and it hasn't crossed the 20-yard line, they start at the 40 automatically. Whether the other team recovers the ball or not, it doesn't have anything to do with it. If you kick the ball and it doesn't get over the 20, remember, no one can move until they catch the ball. If a player sees that the ball is going to land on the ground inside the 20, they're going to back away and just let it bounce. And if they do that, illegal kick penalty, start at the 40-yard line. That is vicious. And so you're going to have a situation, though, where you got a lot of kickers, again, like our guy, Daniel Carlson, who can put a ball in the air and get it inside the 20 and make it fall down by just putting a little bit more air on the ball and not necessarily putting it right into the end zone. Some of them may get close to the end zone, but these returners are still going to want to return those, because remember, the defense blockers and the offensive tacklers on each special teams play, can't move until he catches the ball. That is huge, guys, because it doesn't allow them to get momentum, whereas the kicker in many instances can run up to the ball, catch it, and he's flying as the blocks are just starting to accumulate. Now he breaks one wave, you're gone. Where in the past, special teams was all about the waves. You'd have the initial first guys come up and give you some hits, and then a couple linebackers and wide receivers would help, and then a lineman or two. But they would come in waves. Then the last guy, the last defense would be the kicker. Now you have one curtain, one, and if they set blocks and you break through, you're gone. I mean, the league doesn't know. I mean, the fans don't know what the league has done. We're going to see a lot of touchdowns, a lot of touchdowns. It's going to be more important than ever before who your gunner, running back, wide receiver is on special teams on that play, because whoever he is, he's got to be lightning quick, and he's got to be able to read the field and make a run and make a play, because he's going to get every opportunity to, and it's going to be amazing. I'm sorry, guys. I saw so many more questions, and I just didn't get to everything, but I will try harder tomorrow night. Alexa, resume! All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. R8RBEAR! For those of you who missed me not doing touchdown shouts in that preseason game, my apologies. I will be doing touchdown shouts for our next preseason game. Much love, R8RBEAR Live, Cub, Mama Bear, out.